Well, hi. Can you hear me all right? Despite all that feedback? Well, good. So glad you're here. Hey, y'all, we're starting over here if you're interested. This is my big introduction. We're here. Yes, I can. Here. How's that? Is that better? Yeah. We've come to damage your senses tonight, apparently. Whoa. This is really awful, so I'm just going to turn that off, because that seems to be the problem. All right. Well, it's just like we're professionals. You know, it's a good thing I'm not a diva.
Don't try this at home.
Yeah, please.
Because it ain't working here.
No. I don't know. I've unplugged everything that I could think of to unplug, but I think we're safe now. So how are you? Glad you're here. Did y'all find the coffee and the lemonade and the water and the donuts and sweets of many sorts? No? Well, you just didn't look then. This is the peanut gallery over here. No throwing things. That's all I have to say. No throwing things. Anyway, glad you're here. We're going to jump right in. Hopefully without any kind of feedback.
Praise you in the morning, Lord, when I get out of bed. I praise you in the evening when I lay down my head. I praise you when I'm walking. I praise you on my knees. I praise you for the help you give me when I'm in need. I'm gonna sing your praises. I'm gonna clap my hands and shout. I'm gonna tell the world of your glory. If I don't, the rocks will still cry out. I praise you for my friends, Lord,
Yes.
and my family. I praise you for the folks I love and the ones who like me. I praise you for my work, Lord, and my family. I praise you for my life, Lord. You are the one true King. I'm gonna sing your praises. I'm gonna clap my hands and shout. I'm gonna tell the world of your glory. If I don't, the rocks will still cry. I praise you for the sunshine. I praise you for the rain. I praise you for the good times. Help me praise you through the pain.
Amen.
I praise you, Lord, for guiding me through another day. Teach me, Lord, to be like you in all I do and say. A little more, little more, little more every day.
Now that's the kind of feedback I like from you. Excellent, excellent. All right, well, we are, in case you didn't know, and if you didn't know, where have you been? Well, anyway, we're Tim and Annie. And this is what we do. We're not doing Sunday mornings very, very early over at the Blended Worship Service. And some of you have a chance to hear us before, but for some of you, it might be the first time. And the music we're going to play for you tonight is our original music. And we're very, very excited to share it with you. And can you all hear me okay? Are we good? Not too loud, not too quiet? I want to be like Goldilocks, just right. No feedback. What's that? Fix that chair? I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh, the Goldilocks chair. Ah, okay. That was an obscure reference, but I like it. All right, so we got another song. This is one of the first songs that we wrote. I like to do this song because it's... I know I'm not the only woman who feels like this. When Tim and I started writing our own Christian music and felt like we were called to share this music in front of people, God and I had several long conversations. They were fairly one-sided, because he's pretty quiet sometimes. But I really questioned his judgment in calling me. Because for those of you who don't know, I was born in Chicago, grew up between New York and Chicago, came back to Chicago for college and stayed there and lived a big, exciting life. I was a chick singer in a society band, a big society band, and all the big $100,000 weddings in Chicago, played for a couple presidents there, the Democratic National Convention. Had a big, big, glamorous life. I was a single woman, a chick singer in a big city. And it was not quite the clean living that one might expect from someone who's called then to share their love of the Lord. I'll just put it that way. And I was sure that God had found the wrong target when he targeted me to come and sing, because I was far from pure as the driven snow. More like driven over snow. And I was really quite nervous about sharing my love of the Lord because my past is so checkered. And but what I've discovered in doing this is that he's good with that. That there's grace. That's the point of it. That, you know, that the love of the Lord is not just for those who are crystal clean. Whew, good thing. And so that's what this song is about. It's called Nothing on Me. I've been known to be bad in a way that ain't no good. Was hanging around where no good girl should. Had me a time with some men that weren't legally mine. That woman at the well, she ain't got nothing on me. I've been fast and loose when handling the truth. When I saw what I wanted, there was no line I wouldn't use. Look you right in the eye, tell a big old lie. That old Delilah, she ain't got nothing on me. Then I met my Jesus, you know he set me free. He showed me that a life of sin ain't the life for me. He told me that he loved me no matter how bad I've been. And when I feel like sliding back, I can lean on him. I can lean on him. Now I know my Jesus, yeah, he set me free. He showed me that a life of sin ain't the life for me.
on me.
sins. My
Nothing
Lord,
on me.
my God, I'm following you
on me.
now. Thanks. Thanks. Oh, a little confession is good for the soul, isn't it? All right, so in addition to writing our own original songs, we like to take some old hymns and just beat them up. Really, there's some wonderful, wonderful music available to us in the hymnal, but sometimes it just needs a little, you know, a little what? A little Annie and Tim. Well, I got top billing. A little Annie and Tim. I love that. It's like we, you know what it occurs to me? It's like we put a hymn through Pinterest, and then just Pinterested it up. That's a new one. I just came up with that. I like it.
Wow.
Gosh, I've started to play with Pinterest lately. Help me, someone help me. I can get in there and just never come out.
Back away from the computer.
Yeah. But anyway, so this is actually one of our songs that we've Pinterested. It's just a little talk with Jesus.
Once was lost in sin, but Jesus took me in. Then a light from heaven filled my soul. It bathed my heart in love, wrote my name up above. Just to talk with Jesus made me whole. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Tell him all about our troubles. He will hear our faintest cry. He'll answer by and by. Now when you feel that little prayer will turn in, you know that little fire starts burning. You'll find a little talk with Jesus makes it right.
Sometimes my past seems drear, without a ray of cheer, and a cloud of doubt may hide the day. The mists of sin may rise and hide starry skies, but a talk with Jesus clears the way. Now let us have a little talk with Jesus. Tell him all about our troubles. He will hear our faintest cry and answer by and by. When you feel the prayer wheel turning, you'll know a fire is burning. A talk with Jesus makes it right.
I may have doubts and fears. My eyes might fill with tears. Jesus is a friend. He watches day and night.
I go
answer by and by. Now when you feel that little prayer wheel turning, you know a little fire is burning. You find a talk with Jesus makes it all right.
Makes it right. It makes it all right. Just talking with Jesus makes it right. Thank you. We got a woo even. All right, thanks. We have such a hard time trying to describe our music. After someone heard our rendition of that song, they said, "Ooh, I know what to call you. Call you Jazzy Jesus." And I thought, "Woo, that's kind of funny." But it is kind of hard to describe it because we take the smorgasbord approach. We like a little of this, a little of that. It's kind of like a stew of our music because we like all kinds of music, and so we just kind of play what we like, and then it comes out like this. So one of the things that it came out was, well, this next song is going to be on our next CD. Oh, please put that in your prayers. We have 3 CDs out, which is a miracle all by itself. And so we're working on our 4th CD right now. And some of the songs you hear tonight are going to be on that CD. But, you know, there are 3 parts to a project. The getting started, the working in the middle part, and the getting it done. They're all really hard. So we're at the front end of that getting started. So, you know, we covet your prayers to give us a good push. And then halfway through the project, we'll come back to you again and say, push some more for the getting through the middle of it. But so this song is, we wrote this after we were challenged by a friend of ours who's a shag dancer. He loves the shag dance. And he said, "Oh, I love your jazz music and I love your rock and roll. I love your swing stuff." He said, "But I bet you can't write a Christian shag song." And I said, "I bet we can." So here it is. It's our Christian shag song. And apparently we have room available on the floor here. It's not technically a dance floor, but if you danced on it, it could be then a dance floor. So by all means, you know, dance if the mood strikes you. Here's our song called 3 Little Days.
Jonah got the call, he tried to run away, tried not to hear what God had to say. But 3 days later, he's ready to obey. Everything's different in 3 little days. Out on the road, Paul had one thing on his mind, killing all the followers of Jesus he could find. But 3 days later, he's no longer blind. Everything's different in 3 little days. 3 little days, how the world can change. 3 little days and nothing seems the same. God can work miracles we can't explain. Make everything different in 3 little days. So good I can't stop. One night they're drinking all the wine they've been poured. Next day their master's been nailed to a board. But 3 days later they see the risen Lord. Everything's different in 3 little days. So if you're worried that it's all going sour, you can't hang on for 1 little hour. Call on Jesus. He's the one who's got the power to change his world in 3 little days. 3 little days, how the world can change. 3 little days, nothing seems the same. God can work miracles we can't explain. Make everything different in 3 little days. 3 little days, how the world can change. 3 little days, nothing seems the same. God can work miracles we can't explain. Make everything different in 3 little days.
Christian shag song.
Thank you.
I think they liked it, but nobody shagged. Nobody shagged. It's so sad. It's so sad. What? Tim was, yeah.
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 I danced just a little bit.
When we first started working together, I made some comment about his moving. And he says, "What do you mean?" And I said, "You're over there like Gumby legs." He's like, "I don't move."
And then I saw the video, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's really a true story. He did not think he moved. I'm like, "Dear, it's like you got pipe cleaners for legs there. You're just..."
It's all those years of, my mom making me watch Elvis when I was a kid.
Yeah, and if you notice in that song, he's just can't help himself for throwing a little Elvis in there. I frown upon it, which is why he sneaks it in and then looks at me in the middle of a song. Oh, you like the Elvis, huh?
Thank you very much.
Don't encourage that.
3 little days, that's all it takes.
All right, moving on. So we're going to do...
Let me talk.
No talking. You get to do all the playing.
Okay.
I get to do all the talking.
Go ahead.
Sorry, but we digress.
Yeah.
If you haven't noticed by now, that's pretty much what we do. Yeah, I'll never be the diva thing, because you never know what I'm going to... I got to tell you, can I tell him like the goofiest thing I ever said? Oh my gosh. I used to get really worried when we first started doing this that I would run out of things to say. Really true story. But I don't plan, and so I just really say just stuff. And I pray before that God will make it sound at least sensible, if not, worthwhile. So we were playing at a church, and it was really a lovely service, and it was great. And I was telling the congregation how much fun we have. This is a joy for us. We love music, and we love the Lord, and to be able to sing, to share our love with the Lord so boldly and so joyfully with music is a real blessing. And we go home with a buzz. And I said, I go home, we're just buzzing. It's like we're high. And I said, thank you for getting us high.
Oh, that time, yeah.
Yeah, that was that.
Okay,
When I was like,
yeah.
I can't believe I just said that. Yeah, so that's why I figure I'll never be a big superstar, because I've got, too much not the diva, and I'll say whatever comes to mind. It'll get me so in trouble. But that's why I like working in church, because there's grace. There's a lot of grace. All right, which has nothing to do with the next song. Well, grace. This is probably my favorite hymn that we have rearranged. This is What a Friend We Have in Jesus. What a friend we have in Jesus. Amen. Thanks. Thanks. And that's why I love the old hymns, because there's so much beauty in them. Those lyrics just are too precious to be left behind. So it's really our joy to sing those songs. But we love to get quiet and meaningful, but we also like to jam on it. So that's a technical term, by the way. Jam on it. And so here's another one of our hymns that we've rearranged for you. This is The Lily of the Valley.
I have found a friend in Jesus, is everything to me. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. He's a lily of the valley. Heaven though I see, all I need to cleanse and make me whole. In sorrow, he's my comfort. In trouble, he's my stay. He tells me every care on him to roll.
Let it roll.
He's a lily of the valley, the bright and morning star.
He's
The fairest of 10,000 to my soul. All my griefs he has taken, and all my sorrows borne. In temptation, he's my strong and mighty tower. I've all for him forsaken, and all the idols torn from my heart, and now he keeps me by his power. Though all the world forsake me, and Satan tempt me sore, through Jesus I will safely reach my goal.
I'll reach my goal.
He's a lily of the valley, the bright and morning star. He's the fairest of 10,000 to my soul. He will never, 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 never leave me or forsake me here, while I live by faith and do his blessed will. A wall of fire around me, I've nothing now to fear. With his manna, my hungry soul he will fill. Sweeping up to glory to see his blessed face, where rivers of delight ever roll.
They'll ever roll.
He's a lily of the valley, the bright and morning star. He's the fairest of 10,000, the fairest of 10,000, yeah, the fairest of 10,000 to my soul.
Yeah!
Thank you.
Yeehaw! Yeah, that's the way most people have heard it.
Sorry, I had a flashback.
Yeah. No, don't play it like that. No. All right, so the next song we're going to do for you is going to be one of the songs on our new CD. This is a song I wrote. Now, as I probably briefly mentioned before, I have a lot to say. Sometimes I cram it all into one song. Usually what happens is I write a lot of lyrics to a song, and then Tim makes me cut a bunch of them. So he wrote this great melody, and I wrote just a boatload of lyrics to this song, and then I asked him which ones I had to cut. And he said, nope, I had to sing them all. So here's a song with a lot of words.
And half the New Testament in it.
That's right. Extra points if you can just, tell which verses it came from.
Oh, my God.
It's called What I Can't Live Without. I can live without TV and the stuff that's on cable. I can live without fancy food filling up my table. I can live without clothes with a cool designer label. But I can't live without him. I can live without an address on the most expensive streets. I can live without a big bed and 1,000 couch sheets. I can live without... Okay, we're gonna start again. It's been a long time since I messed it up. The first couple times I did this song, I would get about halfway through, and then my tongue would have a big cramp because there's so many words. And it's been a long time, so we're gonna start it over and uncramp my tongue. All right, here we go. I can live without TV and the stuff that's on cable. I can live without fancy food filling up my table. I can live without clothes with a cool designer label. But I can't live without him. I can live without an address on the most expensive streets. I can live without a big bed and 1,000 couch sheets. I can live without hanging around with only the elites. But I can't live without him. I know folks who have money, I know people who are poor. Cash may make life easier, but money ain't the cure. If money was the answer, then gotta send some funds. But what he sent instead was his one and only son. I don't wanna put my heart where my treasures all will rust. I don't wanna fill my life with things that turn to dust. I wanna put my faith in the one thing I can trust. So I don't know, I won't live without him. I can't live without him.
I can't live without him.
No, I can't live without him.
I won't live without him.
The stuff that's all around me won't fill the hole within. So I don't know, I won't live without him. I can't live without him.
I can't live without him.
No, I can't live without him.
I won't live without him.
There ain't much I need from this world I'm living in, but I can't live without him.
Wow.
Take a sip. Dance break. Not for you, for me. All right. I can live without driving in a big old fancy ride. I can live without a trophy spouse standing by my side. I can live without most things meant to feed my foolish pride. But I can't live without him. I can live without traveling to exotic distant shores. I can live without comparing all of what I got to yours. I can live without most things that this fallen world adores. But I can't live without him. I don't want to fill my mind with what the world has said. I only want to feed myself on the living bread. My soul will delight in that richest fare. For where I put my treasures, my heart is surely there. I don't want to be the good seed that never does mature, filling up my life with things that can't make me secure. I want to put my faith in what I know will endure. So I don't know, I won't live without him. I can't live without him.
I can't live without him.
No, I won't live without him.
I won't live without him.
The stuff that's all around me won't fill this hole within. So I don't know, I won't live without him. I can't live without him.
I can't live without him.
No, I won't live without him.
I won't live without him.
There ain't much I need from this world I'm living in, but I can't live without him. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I told you that was a lot of words. Yeah, I got to take a break after that song. So I'm going to let Tim do this next song by himself. It's always a challenge when we do concerts like this, and we only have so much time because Shannon and St. Louis are going to be following us in just a minute. And so it's a challenge for us to try and figure out what songs we want to do, and unfortunately what songs we have to leave out. But this song, we always do, wherever we go. It's really and truly, I believe, our most powerful song, and Just in case, I don't think I've mentioned this. We know who the author and the creator of these songs are. He just happened to pass them on through us. So if you're touched by these songs, it's not through our hands. It's his. He just tossed them our way. But this song is a story that I'm guessing, because I know all of you are church folks, so I know it's a story that you know. You may not have ever thought about it from this point of view. It's Peter's story. And it's, especially because you were coming, Gary, I knew you'd knock our blocks off if we didn't do this song. But I love to do this song anyway. I love Peter. He's my favorite disciple. If they were trading cards, he'd be the one I would keep. Because I refer to Peter as the poster boy for getting it wrong. Because boy, oh boy, he gets it wrong with such passion, though, doesn't he? He's right there. He's so excited, and he gets it wrong, and Jesus loves him. Not despite it, not because of it. He just loves him, and he loves us no matter how many times we get it wrong. He loves us. It's okay. And so this is Peter's lament, and Tim doesn't need my help to do it, so I'm going to leave you with him.
I'm just a simple man, made my living on the sea, till one day he came along and he said, come follow me. I left behind my nets and my family to follow in the steps of this man from Galilee. For 3 years I told him I was his closest friend. No one could love him better. His life I would defend. And then one night they took him. It filled my heart with fear. Followed at a distance, too scared to get too near. A servant girl who knew me said I was one of them. I told her she was wrong. I don't know the man. 2 more people saw me, so 3 times I denied walking with him, eating with him, praying by his side. And Jesus looked right at me, and I remembered he foretold that though I said I loved him, my strength wouldn't hold. And yet he did not leave me crushed beneath my sin. Though my words cut him out, his love took me in. far from Galilee. Oh, how my life has changed since he said, come follow me. Come follow me.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's do this one. Okay. All right. We're going to do one more song, and then we're going to take a little break and switch over, and then St. Louis is going to take over. So glad you all have come out. While we take a little break, please help yourselves to more coffee or donuts or sugar or, whatever, and sugar yourself up for the next part of the show. But, we've been doing all this work, and you've just been sitting there and clapping every once in a while. But this song requires some audience participation. It's very easy. I promise that there's nothing embarrassing. You won't have to leave your seat, and nothing that anyone's going to put on Facebook or Twitter about, so you'll be embarrassed later.
Maybe not.
So there are two things. This song is about trusting Jesus when he calls, and which is a scary proposition sometimes. Because more often than not, at least in my experience, when he calls, he doesn't lay out the whole plan for you. It's one of these, come on, trust me. Yeah, I have that same reaction too. Sure. So when we wrote this song, I had in mind the scene in the movie. I'm not sure which of the Raiders of the Lost Ark movies it is, but there's one where Indiana Jones is running down this long cavern type thing, and he's trying to get to the treasure, and he gets to the end of this long tunnel, and there's this huge chasm in front of him, and the treasure that he has to get to is on the other side. And I think the bad guys, they're always chasing him, so they're chasing him, and he's got to make some decision, and he's got to get from here to there, and there's no way to get there. And the clue that he's following is something to the effect of just step forward in faith, just trust. And clearly he's going to fall to his death if he goes, but the bad guys are coming. So he just kind of takes a deep breath and puts one foot out and steps into the abyss. But there's something there. And he didn't see it until he stepped on it. And there's this completely camouflaged bridge from where he is to the other side. But he could never see it until he took that step. And that's what I think about in this song, that we have to just have faith. There are some times when God doesn't lay out the plan and he calls you, and you just have to say, okay, Lord, and step. Because you know what? He's got a net for you. And that's what this song is. It's called Jump. And so there are two parts that you have to sing. When I go like this, I want you to say, God's net is wider than that. Like deep and wide. Remember that, deep and wide? So when I go like this, God's net is wider than that. Try it. God's net is wider than that. Ooh, excellent. All right, the other thing you have to do, when I go like this, I want you to yell, jump, just as loud as you can. Make the neighbors wonder what the Methodist you're doing. All right, ready? Well, that was kind of, try that again. Ready? Jump. Oh, much better. All right. God's net is wider than that. Jump. Are we ready? All right, let me get Ringo ready here. Oh, yes. Ringo. There are three of us up here. There's Tim. There's me. And there's Ringo. Our little drummer in a box.
Stays sober most of the time.
That's right. Mostly. Focus. Okay. That's not the song.
I'm sorry. Had me sidetracked.
Thank you, Indiana. That's it.
The bridge of my life seems far and wide.
God's net is wider than that.
I'm calling to the other side.
God's net is wider than that. Yeah.
He tells my child, get up and dance.
God's net is wider than that.
I'm afraid to take a chance.
God's net is wider than that. Yes.
He tells me jump, I hear him call. He tells me jump, but I'm afraid I'll fall. He tells me jump, it's so hard to trust. He tells me jump, so I know I must.
That was good.
God knows I'm standing on the edge.
God's net is wider than that.
He says, child, step off the ledge.
God's net is wider than that.
Put my faith in him alone.
God's net is wider than that.
That is where I'll make my home.
God's net is wider than that.
Tells me jump, I hear him call. Tells me jump, but I'm afraid I'll fall. Tells me jump, it's so hard to trust. Tells me jump, so I know I must.
I got that jump thing down.
He says he'll catch me when I fall, if I just give to him my all. Say I'm scared, Lord, I can't see. Well, that's okay, he sees me. He tells me jump, I hear him call. He tells me jump, I'm afraid I'll fall. He tells me jump, it's so hard to trust. He tells me jump, so I know I must.
Shaky on that one, yo.
Ain't nowhere I can be.
God's net is wider than that.
Someplace that God don't see.
God's net is wider than that.
Ain't nowhere I can hide.
God's net is wider than that.
He's always by my side.
God's net is wider than that.
He tells me jump, I hear him call. He tells me jump, I'm afraid I'll fall. He tells me jump, it's so hard to trust. He tells me jump, so I know I must.
That was good. I think I may do it again. Oh, come on now. Let's try it again. All right, last one. Make it big. Here we go. Thank you very much. Well, there we go. Thank you. All right. Go eat some donuts. We're going to switcheroo real quick. And then St. Louis will be here.